everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a 2020 college advice and Q&A. So I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram and I'm going to answer a few of them as well as giving you some of my advice. The first question is, how are we going to be able to make friends? And my advice for you is that a lot of colleges have Instagram or Facebook pages. That ours is titled OSU New Students or like Class of 2024. So what you can do is go and follow the people who are following that page. Anyone who has like OSU 2024 in their bio, you can reach out to them, send them a DM, just say like, hey, getting ready for the new year, just trying to reach out to people. What's your major? What dorm are you going to be in? Are you going back to campus? Are you staying virtual at your hometown? What is your hometown? You can just do stuff like that and really introduce yourself and get to know others that way. And I did get another question about how can you make friends within your actual class itself. And something I've done before and this past summer and spring term is message in the lecture group chat and say, hey, anybody want to start a Discord or Microsoft Teams group chat? And 9 out of 10 times, like, everyone will say yes. What you can do is make a Discord chat and then send the invitation link into the lecture. And that way you can start a group chat outside of class, and even from there you can find specific people and DM them separately. I've done that before where, like, you find another hardworking person and you guys can compare your notes. So group chats are a great idea. There's tons of different apps like Slack, Discord, Microsoft Teams, or you guys could message each other if you want to share personal information, but that's up to you. So it is a little different to be messaging people like virtually and have friends that way, but it is possible, and don't worry, you're gonna make a lot of friends. So that leads me to the next question, which is clubs and how to get involved on campus and how to make friends that way. Clubs are going to be holding virtual showcases, like for the engineer school, like we're going to be doing cookies and clubs on September 22nd, and it's going to be one big Zoom call where you go in different Zoom rooms with different clubs and you can introduce yourself, get to know a little bit more about the club and the people, what they stand for, all things like that. And that's a great way to make friends that have common interests with you. Big piece of advice for that is go to a club meeting, even if you don't have friends that are going to it as well. And I think it's less intimidating now that we're doing it virtually, because you're not like sitting in a classroom with people like right next to you. You're just in the comfort of your own home, talking to people through a laptop. So it's going to be a lot easier. So I really recommend that you do that and you branch out and try different things. The next question is about school supplies and books and what to bring, what to buy. So now that we are pretty much all virtual, I think a laptop, some noise canceling headphones, blue light glasses, anything like a portable charger, anything kind of technological that you might need. And then other than that, I would say a notebook or a tablet, however you prefer to take notes. I personally like to physically handwrite mine. I think it retains better for me that way. And then for books for your classes, a lot of them, you might have to order them on Amazon this year, but what I do is I always check to see if there's an online free PDF, or I check with my older friends, hey, do you still have this book? Can I just borrow it for the term? Oregon State, we have the HSRC, which is kind of like our student help center in a way for financial needs. And so if you do want to get a textbook and it's too expensive online or something like that, definitely check out those resources or check your library, but also wait to see if you guys are actually going to need your textbooks, to see how what your professor is going to mold your class, because maybe their syllabus is outdated or just for the in-person. So wait for a week or so to see what exactly to buy. But I think all the other school supplies that I mentioned earlier are definitely a must. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is class schedules. And I know that if you're a freshman or an incoming student, whatever, and you're making your schedule, it's intimidating that it's all online. But one of my big pieces of advice is to make a block schedule, when that means like 2-hour class, another 2-hour class, and then you're done for the day. That way you can have the rest of the time of the day to schedule things like meetings, going to clubs, or doing your homework, or running errands, things like that. And in order to make your schedule for Oregon State, we have to sign up to meet with an advisor and then get a PIN. So I recommend signing up for those appointments really early, because the classes can get filled up really fast and you want to get your PIN number before week 7. Definitely be thinking ahead for your schedule in the next term. Even when you just start this term, keep thinking about the next term and the term after that. And along with that, look at your 4-year plan. I know Oregon State does 4-year plans for the engineering majors, and they tell you kind of like a guideline of like what you should take and when you should take it. And I remember freshman year I was like, okay, whatever, but those are actually super important because they tell you what classes you need to take before your next one, like prerequisites and things like that. So start thinking ahead, because you don't want to get to your junior and senior year and be like, well, I have to take this in the spring, but my spring term's already booked up, so that means I would take it my last year. So definitely think ahead, write out a schedule, but know it's going to change a lot. And most classes are offered the same time every year. So if you find yourself making your schedule and you don't get the schedule you actually really like, and maybe there's another class that you want, but it's all booked up, think about waitlisting or emailing the professor, giving it some time, because most of the time people drop out of the classes, things change, and so don't think that like, oh, it's the end all be all, this is my schedule. You can actually change it quite a bit. You just have to be patient. Look at your second round of registration. For Oregon State, we have second round of registration, which means that's when you can waitlist. So know the date, because it's different for everyone. And my last point is to take it easy and make sure to relax and take care of your mental health this year, because we are virtual and we're not socializing as much and things like that. It can get really easy to feel isolating, but take time for yourself and don't overload yourself with like 19 credits and like 3 clubs, extracurricular activities. Take it easy on yourself, especially if you are a freshman, you were just coming in from high school and you're leaving your parents. Well, thank you so much for watching, and if you guys want to connect with me on any of my social medias, I will have them linked down below. If you have any more questions, please comment them or DM me. I would love to make another video before school starts again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.